Well, it's time now for Media Watch, and we'll start in the United States, where President Obama has drawn a huge response to a tweet.
That's right, a tweet that was actually on his White House Twitter account. We're going to take a look at it right now. It says, "What does $40 mean to you?" Now, this tweet was, he tweeted this yesterday, and it's gone viral since. It prompted a deluge of emotional and revealing tweets from across America. We're going to take a look at a couple of them. Here are some that were actually on the website Storyful. You see a Richard Brannon who says, "$40 out of my father's paycheck means we lose the house or the car. We can't afford to cut back anymore." Christina Wilson says, $40 is the difference between having food for the next week or not eating at all. So that was initially right after Obama tweeted that, "What does $40 mean to you?" But it's been continuing today. We're going to take a look at a tweet that was tweeted just a little while ago by Bill Gleason. He says, "Thank you, Mr. President, for showing true leadership and fighting for the middle class." Now, there wasn't only praise for Obama. Of course, there was also some criticism. Here's a tweet by Evan PVW. He says, "Who cares about what $40 means when there's no paychecks thanks to Obama's job-killing economic policy?" So you see lots of reactions to Obama's tweet. Now, you can wonder, why $40? Now, Obama argued via this hashtag $40 that his planned payroll tax cut was worth about $40 for the average American. Now, at the time he tweeted this, as you know, Republicans in the House were blocking this planned payroll tax cut. Since then, Republicans have backed down. Partisan bickering seems to have stopped for a little while, maybe just in time for the holidays. So you can wonder, maybe did Obama's viral campaign work?
What about Kim Jong-il?
Kim Jong-il, he's also getting a lot of buzz. He's been buzzing all week, as you can imagine. The New York Times is taking a look at the succession of Kim Jong-il. Now, according to an article in the New York Times, the only way for the outside world to try and solve the mystery of the unfolding succession in Pyongyang is to look at the mourners, and notably not only who's mourning, but who's not there. And according to researchers, there are two conspicuous people who aren't there, and those are Kim Jong-il's two oldest sons. So Kim Jong-un, who is the heir apparent, his older brothers. Because Kim Jong-un is quite young and inexperienced, and a lot of people are wondering whether he'll be able to assert control now that his father is dead. Now, his two older brothers are Kim Jong-nam, who's actually a half-brother. He's 40 years old, and he now lives in Macau, pretty much in exile, as well as Kim Jong-chol, who's 30 years old, and he was supposed to be the successor to Kim Jong-il, but he was considered too effeminate. So a lot of people are wondering whether these two brothers are going to resurface, and it's interesting to note that when Kim Jong-il took over power, a lot of people were wondering whether he was also going to be able to assert power. Everybody now is going to look at the funeral, which is scheduled for December 28th, to see how that plays out, who will be there, who won't be there, and what that means for the future of North Korea.
Meantime, you've also been looking at the media coverage in Iran.
Media coverage in Iran. This is actually over an event that happened last week, but it's continuing to get a lot of coverage in the international press. We're going to take a look at an article in Le Monde here in France. Basically, last week, President Ahmadinejad was giving a speech in the town of Sari when an angry man threw a shoe at him. And as you know, getting a shoe thrown at you is the ultimate insult in Muslim countries. Now, as you can imagine, there are no official images of this, but we've put together a cartoon to show you what we can imagine happened. Now, a lot of the English-speaking press is, there you see the cartoon, a lot of the English-speaking press is paying a lot of attention to what happened to the man who threw the shoe. His name is Rashid S., no, not last name given, of course. He was arrested. It's unclear whether he's still in custody or not.
Now, what is Google doing with captions and contests?
Well, it's the fill-in the caption contest is it's very popular in lots of media, especially, for instance, in The New Yorker. They're very famous for their fill-in the caption contest. Now, Google is jumping in. They're launching their own fill-in the caption contest. This is according to an article in Mashable. Now, to test your wit, Google wants you to look at a cartoon in which one of the characters is performing a Google search, and your task is to write a caption to maybe imagine what it is that they're looking for on Google. Now, here you see a little Dutch boy with his finger in a dike, and he's Googling something. So what do you think he would be Googling? Some people thinks it could be, can sheep float? My favorite is how to build the Noah's Ark with one hand.
Lawrence, thank you. The things you look at. Thank you so much. That was Media Watch.